What's up, you guys? It's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you part 2 of the modern build I did a couple of weeks ago now. I promise I did not intend for it to be a couple weeks difference, but anyway, the build is my modern contemporary family home, Whitewood Crest. Right now I'm just kind of going in and touching up some of the details I made in the first part. I'll leave the link to that in the description below in case you haven't seen it yet. Definitely go check that out. Very proud of this build. Very, very proud of this build. Definitely a good one. Really enjoyed this one. Great, great build. We're getting right into it though, now that I've stumbled over all of my words. The room, I was going to say the bedroom. The bathroom I'm working on right now is the ensuite for the master bedroom, which I did in the first part. Basically, all you missed in the first part is I built the entire frame of the house and I added furniture and decorated a good solid like half of it. This is just the other half and the landscaping. So, if you don't want to watch it, whatever floats your boat, whatever bakes your cake. I don't know if that's the thing. But, you can go check out the first part too. I liked the spa day stuff. That pack is my favorite pack so far. What is the new one? City Living comes out just a few days, I think. Is it a few days or is it a week? I actually don't know when it comes out, but it comes out soon. And I'm so excited, guys. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy. Today's just been a really good day, let me tell you. Actually, no. Do I want to tell you, or am I gonna save that for a main channel video? You know what, YOLO, I'll tell you. Basically, what happened today is I was working, and I'm a photographer's assistant for a photographer, obviously. So, I go to photo shoots, and I carry around, like, lights and camera equipment, and I know how to set everything up, and I basically look at the people and make sure there's no shadows anywhere there shouldn't be, and I make sure everyone looks all beautiful. That's, like, my job. And today, I was on an outdoor photo shoot, and a man walked by a couple times, and he finally came back, and he started talking to me, and we were talking about cameras and, photography, and he asked me if I like taking pictures, because obviously I wasn't the one taking pictures. I was just kind of there, doing whatever it is I do while I'm working. By the way, if you ever want to be a photographer's assistant, depending on where you work, it doesn't pay much. I literally get like $10 to $15 per session. So it really doesn't pay that much. So, Anyway, long story short, the man ended up giving me, for free, might I add, which I was totally blown away by. Like, this really, he didn't need to do that. I willingly would have paid however much he asked for this stuff. But he willingly gave me a free camera and lenses to go with it, which if you know, like, camera stuff is really, really expensive. But get this, the camera was a 1979 authentic Pentax, I think it's called Pentax ME super camera. So it's like film and you have to like develop it and stuff. It's like, honestly, it was top of the line during its time and it is still to this day like one of my favorite cameras ever. And he gave me some lenses to go with it. So that was so nice of him. And then later on in the day, this day has just been so normal but so nice. Later on in the day, I came across, where was I? I was at Cub Foods, and this guy was so nice to me. He, like, carried my groceries. He carried them from where I was standing, because I had a really heavy basket. He carried it from where I was standing to the checkout line, and he waited until it was all checked out, and then he brought me a cart to put it all in to carry it to my car because it was too expensive, because it was too heavy to carry in the little basket I had gotten. So that was really, really nice of him. But back to the build, enough about my personal life. Back to the build. This room right here I based it off a teenage boys room. I was going to do a little boys room, but I figured I did a girls room and a boys room, and the boys room I really enjoyed kind of the darker, kind of grungy, rockstar wannabe kind of look, I guess. So I put graffiti on the wall, and I put posters, and overall, it's one of my favorite rooms in the build. I really like it. So, and then I put like some college little bunting up around. The downstairs was kind of interesting. I played around with layouts. I didn't know how I wanted it to look or where I wanted anything because it was just a really odd size shaped room. So I was playing around with where I wanted the kitchen. I played around with it being in the front. which changes. I end up changing it to the back corner area. And this is where I put some tiles down, and then I realized you can change the direction of the tiles, so I go and I change that. And I really like that kind of dark tile. It's really pretty. And then I change it to a lighter tile. But, you know, it's tile. In the kitchen, I use some, I don't remember, I think I stick with these cabinets, but some darker brown cabinets from Spade. And I use some stainless steel appliances. And I loved playing around with the paneling, not the paneling, the tiling on the walls. Really liked that. And I played around with different colors, and then I just go back to plain white, but it's still really, really nice wallpaper, and I loved it. And I played around with cabinets. I end up moving the cabinets up and changing some of them around, but you kind of get the idea. Right now is where I move it up, because I looked in from the outside. I didn't like how it came down over the windows. So I ended up putting a bunch of shorter cabinets and then putting longer ones on the ends to kind of make up for it so it doesn't really cut into the lighting in the window. I really like this kitchen layout. It's a really small kitchen, but I think it's really, really cute. Love it. And I don't know what I was doing here, but I did something. Probably, knowing me, I was probably watching American Horror Story like I've been doing for the past who knows how long. Honey, like, I've been obsessed with that show. Can I just say, Tate is like my favorite character ever on that show, and I wish I could have Tate back for the rest of the seasons. But if you haven't watched it, it's basically different storyline every single season. Tate was in the first season. I love his character. For the kitchen, or the dining room, which is kind of connected to the kitchen, I used a pale green wallpaper, and I was playing around with the end chairs, trying to like make something contrast with the wall a bit, but I ended up just going simple white. And I put some wall decorations from Dine Out. I think I've used stuff from every stuff pack, or not stuff pack, but every expansion pack so far. So I used Dine Out, I used Spa Day, and I used Get Together in this. I think that's all I used in this one. I could be wrong. I need to do a base game build, like a base game challenge. This little room, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it yet, so I kind of picked it out as I went. I was going to do it as a study, but I figured I didn't need 2 studies, and I already had an idea of where I wanted the desk and stuff to be, so I ended up turning it into, I thought about turning it into a little bar, and I ended up turning it into something else later on, you'll see. This is the living room, the living area, and I think this is really, really nice. I love the brick. That brick wallpaper is one of my favorite wallpapers in this entire game. Love it. And I used the same kind of red accent color that I used in the upstairs study area, I guess? I just realized there's the study area up there. But there's also a little study nook down on the main floor. So, you know, your Sims always have some place to stay. I don't know if you just saw that, but I have group chats and people text me while I'm building, and it's so annoying when I'm in the middle of a build and they text me. It's like, oh. But this is just kind of like an open, awkward space down here. I think I used it to a pretty good, I think I used the space pretty well. I mean, there's obviously things you can do to change it, but I think I did a pretty good job. This is just kind of a spare bedroom. It's kind of a pink theme, pink and white. You can use it as a bedroom. You can kind of change it into whatever you want it to be, really. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this in the first part, but you can find this house on the gallery under the hashtag JessGames or the user 5loonsandmn. I'll leave all that information in the description below so you can find it. I love it when you guys send me pictures of you guys playing in houses. The New Orleans house that I did a while back, I've gotten a couple pictures of people playing in that, and that's been pretty cool. So keep it coming. You can send those to me on any of my social media links. I'll leave all those in the description below too. And at the end of this video, and if you're wondering, I'll put all that stuff right before the screenshots. This side of the living room is kind of just a little formal seating area, I guess. Nothing really fancy, just kind of a little space. I love using plants though. I used a ton of plants, not a ton, but I liked getting to play around with the plants, like the bamboo, and I used some plants in the other side of the living room. I just wanted a little seating area right here, so, you know, your Sims, if they're having a little get-together or something, just catching up with one of their friends in a formal setting, this would be a nice little place. Plus, bigger houses, I've noticed, have random seating areas in random places, so, I don't know. I don't personally live in a big house, so I wouldn't know, but from what I've seen in, like, pictures and movies and stuff, there's always seating areas. And then I'm just kind of going through, putting details, places, seeing what else I can do, seeing what that was, because I didn't know what that was. Just jumping ahead a little bit, I did have a little bit of a mix-up with the house. It was kind of positioned awkwardly on the lot, so I go and change that. I did do some of the backyard beforehand, but a lot of that changes anyway, so you don't have to worry about missing out on anything. It just kind of played around with plants. I wanted to add a pool because it was a family house, so, you know, gotta have a pool for a nice posh family. I don't really do a lot of pools in my builds, so that was something that I kind of played around with. Just a nice little hangout space. I kind of envisioned this being the house that, you know, whoever lived there, the Sims that lived there, were just kind of, you know, they were the social type and enjoyed talking and having their friends and family over. Those were kind of the people I envisioned these Sims as, but then again, whoever you choose to move in can be whoever. I'm so tired, guys. You have no idea. It's been such a long day. It's actually been a really, really good day. Just really long. You guys ever have those days? Tell me about your day. Tell me about what you guys have done. I've done nothing but talk about myself, which I guess is what you do in these videos. But I want to hear about your guys' day. Comment down below in the comments area one thing that happened to you today that you were really, really happy about or really excited about. I want to know. I want to know. Hit me up. Let me know what you guys have been up to. Love keeping up to date with you guys. Right now, I'm just kind of, you know, messing around with the pool. Since I haven't really done much with pools, I was seeing all the new features, they're not really new, but seeing all the stuff I could do with it, playing around with, you know, wallpapers, seeing what I liked, what I didn't, that kind of thing. I go in and add some lighting. There's a bunch of lighting choices. I thought there weren't going to be very many, but there were a lot. I ended up doing this like little lighting kind of featurette, just a little shape out of lights, which I love. I love how this turned out. Really cute. I do a little whole design on the bottom of the pool, which was nice. Love it. Love it. I wish I had a pool. But I live on a hill, so I can't really do a pool. It'd be all slanty. And then I put just, you know, a little pattern right down below, kind of playing around with stuff. I think it turned out pretty good. And now on to the rest of the landscaping. I kind of suck at landscaping, so I played around. I placed bushes down. My version of landscaping is putting bushes down and then just kind of adding more bushes to that and then adding more bushes to that just to kind of see how it looks and stuff. You know, just kind of like playing around. I wanted it to look full and beautiful, and I think it turned out pretty good. Not bad for someone that sucks at landscaping, can I just say. Pretty proud of this. Pretty proud. I've been playing a lot with terrain paint recently, just kind of like learning how to do that, which is exciting. I also added in some rocks as well as more plants to the front, just kind of, you know, trying to make it look beautiful, because whenever I build anything, the landscaping and the yards and stuff are always the last things I focus on, and, you know, I don't really focus on them very much, so I really wanted to kind of change that and make sure I spent a little more time than usual, just so it doesn't look really bad. I think it turned out lovely. If any of you guys have tips for landscaping, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm open to tips. Also, if you guys want me to build anything specific, let me know. I have a really exciting build that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be recreating some cities. The first one, I'm not going to tell you all of them, but the first one I'm planning on doing is Amsterdam, because I have a really cool idea on how to make that happen. But sadly, this build is coming to an end, so if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. I try and make new videos every week. Be sure to follow me on all my social media. Go check out my vlog channel to keep up with me in real life. Add me on Snapchat. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, all that good stuff. Be sure to send me pictures if you use the house, if you renovate it, just if you like it, let me know what you do with it. I will see you guys all later. Hope you have a lovely day, guys. Bye.